What is up, Miami boys? This is your Santa Commish coming to you for the 23 days of Christmas with the Week 14 weekend review / end of the year awards, because if you play fantasy football and you do it right, you have some teams in the playoffs now. So it's not going to be your traditional state of the league. This is going to be awards given out. We're going to talk about the end of the year. We'll give a playoff preview, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start by going over... I'm not going to talk about any sponsors right now. But let's go ahead and go over Week 14 in review. And then we will go ahead and we will get to the awards, and then we will get to the Miami Boyz Dynasty. All right, let's see here. Here comes Commissioner Claus. Here comes Commissioner Claus. Right down Commissioner Cross Lane. By the way, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Don't forget that. Show it to your kids. We started off on Thursday with the Raiders versus the Rams in an absolute stinker. The Raiders should be ashamed of themselves. Baker Mayfield was released by the Panthers, came in, flew out to LA on Tuesday, played on Thursday, and beat the Rams through the game-winning touchdown to Van Jefferson. Rams win 17-16. Raiders season is over. Josh McDaniels should be fired. Derek Carr, I don't know. You cost Mikey. You actually made Mikey a doormat of the week. I don't know where the Raiders go from here. I know Devontae Adams can't be happy. I left Brett Favre for this. I don't know where the Raiders go from here. I don't know where the one thing that they do need to do is re-sign Josh Jacobs, because he is the only one that comes to play minus Devontae on that team. And Max Crosby too. Love Max. Love you, Max. All right, going on. Bills beat the Jets 20-12. Mikey Blanco got banged up in this one. And it cost the Jets. They lose 20-12 as they now move on to play the Dolphins. Browns, Mr. Massage lost again. Looked horrible doing it. Joe Burrow and the Bengals won 23-10. He lost T. Higgins and he lost Tyler Boyd in this one. No worry, because he had Jamar Chase. Moving on, the Texans almost pulled the upset of the year like I did, but they came up a little bit short, and they lost to the Cowboys, who got a last-second touchdown when it counted, 23-17. But kudos to the Texans. You guys showed a lot of fight in this one, when you could have just laid down. So kudos to the Texans and the Cowboys. You are the frauds that I think you are. Next up, another fraud team, the Vikings. Both the Cowboys and Vikings are now 10-3. The Vikings are frauds as well. They lose to don't count the Lions out. This Lions team fights for their coach. Love it. Love this gritty Lions team. It's not your 0-16 Lions team. They win 34-23. Agent Jameson catches a touchdown. They do what they have to do, and they knock off the Vikings. The Vikings don't care because they've got 3 losses, and they're going to play somebody in the playoffs. Not your mother's Jags. The Jaguars. The Titans absolutely, and Derrick Henry absolutely pissed away this game. Derrick Henry, 3 fumbles. Titans lose 36-22 when it looked like he would have 400 yards rushing in this game. Kudos to Trevor Lawrence throwing 3 TDs. Zay Jones, I'll say the story one more time. I remember a couple years ago when Zay Jones was with the Bills before the Raiders, right? He was naked. He had broken some glass, and he was all bloody and naked in a hotel, and I thought his career was over. Way to bounce back, Zay Jones. Way to bounce back. Eagles. Eagles continue doing Eagles things. Best record in the NFL at 12-1. Giants go ahead and lose. It was all a dream. It was a fluke. The Giants looked great the beginning of the year, but as the late great and as our segment says, you are who we thought you were. Eagles win in a blowout, 48-22, as everybody ate on the Eagles. It seems like Jalen Hurts, he's the man right now, and I don't see anybody stopping the Eagles with what they've done on defense. And what's even more scarier is they have 2 number 1 picks next year. Ravens without Lamar, sloppy game. Steelers just sloppy. Kenny Pickett knocked out, concussion. Tyler Huntley knocked out, concussion. Ravens win 16-14 off the leg of Justin Tucker. Just ugly game. Nothing more to say about this one. Moving on, Chiefs. The Chiefs almost choked to the Broncos. Patty Mahomes cuts off his nose to spite his face, throws 3 interceptions, and is now second right now in MVP because of it, behind Jalen Hurts. They beat the Broncos 34-28 with a interception by the defense. And shouts out to Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy and the Niners destroyed the Buccaneers. I don't know what's going on with the Buccaneers, but they looked horrible and atrocious these last 4 weeks. No late win in the fourth quarter on this one. The 49ers made sure of that. That defense and Brock Purdy, 35-7 over the Buccaneers. Buccaneers have issues, but they're still going to be playing somebody in the playoffs, and that's scary for them because they're playing horrible right now. The Panthers made me look like a genius on Sunday. Panthers beat the Seahawks 30-24. Panthers went ahead and took care of business. Seahawks lost at the wrong time. You're still 7-6. You still got a chance. Panthers, your season is over. Just go ahead and lose and don't hurt that draft pick. And in the embarrassingest loss of the week, Chargers beat the Dolphins 23-17. It's supposed to be a shootout. It wasn't. Tua, and you know me, I'm Tua's biggest supporter. Tua stunk up the joint. Tyreek Hill tried to save us, but he couldn't. We need to fix it. We need to adjust. We need to get better because we got a short week and we play the Bills on Saturday. So Dolphins need to fix it. And lastly, most of you were on the chat when we were talking about this game, and this game was certified nuts. The Cardinals lost to the Patriots 27-13. DeAndre Hopkins fumbled the ball away. Patriots got it, ran it in for a TD, which was the deciding factor. Kyler Murray out, torn ACL. Ramondre Stevenson out, hurt knee. Devontae Parker out, hamstring. James Conner was out for a bit. I think in a 5 to 10 minute span, everybody was dropping like flies. Thank God all the rest of those players avoided serious injury. Shouts out to Kyler Murray. Get well soon for next year. That's why you fight for those contracts, and that's why you get paid, fellas. Because look at Lamar and look at Kyler Murray. And that's all I have for that. We're going to move on now. We're going to give the awards out. I'm going to give out my awards on what I think that the NFL should do for their awards. Rookie of the Year, I have it as a tie. Right now, even though we have 15, 16, we have 3 weeks left. I have Garrett Wilson and Christian Watson a tie. Garrett Wilson was leading this race. Actually, Breece Hall was leading this race until Breece Hall tore his ACL. Then Garrett Wilson took over. I sort of threw Christian Olave in there, but the New Orleans Saints suck. You can't win the Rookie of the Year on a sucky team. Christian Watson has been Mr. TD, Mr. 2TD. I call him Mr. 2TD. Mr. 2TD. He has been killing it, and he was on a bye last week. Let's see if he can keep it going. But I have them tied right now for Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Sauce Gardner. He has allowed that Jets defensive line and those linebackers to do what they do because he has been doing what he is known to do. So Defensive Rookie of the Year, I give it to Sauce Gardner. Comeback Player of the Year. It was looking kind of bleak in Carolina, but the Comeback Player of the Year for me is CMC. Ever since he's gotten to California, he's looked like he's picked up a step. He looks even faster in San Francisco. So kudos to CMC. It was, in the first couple of weeks, it was Saquon Barkley, but the Giants are who we thought they were, and no awards for Saquon Barkley. Let's see how he does in getting a new contract next year. Offensive player of the year, offensive player of the year, everybody had it pegged as JJ, but I have another JJ. It's not Justin Jefferson from the Vikings. Oh, no. He's been stinking up the joint. Axe Future. But the offensive player of the year is who Future traded away. I have Josh Jacobs as the offensive player of the year. Even though the Raiders are horrible, he has torn it up. He deserves a new contract. If the Raiders don't give it to him, somebody else will. And lastly, your MVP. Your MVP, according to the co-commish, is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. The Eagles have the best record in the NFL.
Bruh.
They have the best record in the NFL. You know, like I said, these are just my picks. These are just my picks, all right? MVP, Jalen Hurts. That performance on Sunday was surgical. He destroyed the other team by going to Devontae Smith, by going to A.J. Brown. He was on the money, and I don't see nobody stopping the Eagles right now. He is my MVP. All right, let's go ahead and let's get to the Miami Boyz Awards. Miami Boyz Awards. All right, starting off with the mightiest that fell this year. The mightiest team that fell this year. Let's go ahead and let's cue the music. Let's go ahead and cue the music.
When I tell you, you ought to be ashamed of your money. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Oh, how the reckless are crawling now.
Wrong button. The mightiest that fell this year. The mightiest team that fell this year is Cheesehead. So go ahead and give yourself a round of applause. Cheesehead was once a playoff team and wouldn't take any DMs, any trades, was on top of the world with Cooper Kupp, had Allen Robinson, but this year he can attribute his turn to the worst as he built a mansion beside me in the Upside Down. He can attribute that to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson cooked. He cooked all right. He cooked you all the way to the bottom. And you can attribute it to Matthew Stafford. Let's just say Matthew Stafford, it looked good early. I'll give you that. But Matthew Stafford, the loss of Cooper Kupp, Russell Wilson, let's ride, and your lack of trading, although I say it every week and one person listened this year, your lack of trading cost you your season. If you want to move out of the Upside Down, you need quarterback and you need a viable receiver other than Cooper Kupp. So congratulations again, Cheesehead. You are the mightiest team that fell this year. Moving on to my favorite segment personally.
4 picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles.
You are who we thought you were for the year.
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. What we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's book? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
And that is what 6 other teams are saying at this point. The "You Are Who We Thought You Were" for the year goes to the commish. Congratulations, sir. The other teams in the playoffs, especially the champ, maybe this year might be former champ, they echo the sentiments of Denny Green, the late great. Let me give credit where credit is due. The late great Denny Green. That you are who we thought you were, and we let you off the hook. Excellent words by Denny Green, because at one point this year, we were all questioning who you were. Your team wasn't putting up any points. Contrary to what Future may believe, Jonathan Taylor wasn't putting up anything or doing anything for you. And you looked like you were going to fighting for that 5th and 6th seed. You were on the mighty have fallen for a little bit until you were passed by Cheesehead. But kudos to you. Came back with a vengeance. Not only out of the blue, we were talking about Goggles and we were talking about Kane's Gang for best record and most points. At one point, we were talking about Future and Chino for best record and most points. You weren't even in the conversation. And my friend, what you did, especially what you did on Sunday, to pull out not only Stud of the Week, minus you had the most teams on, you had the most players on a bye from the 6 teams that were out. To not only pull out a win with those players on a bye, to not only get Stud of the Week with those players on a bye, to not only creep out and beat, I said it weeks ago that someone was going to win with, and then we were going to go down to points for it. And sure enough, like the scholar that I am, you won best record on most points by getting more points than Goggles, the champ. And you came back and you did the brujeria. You went down to the local bodega and you saw the Cuban lady that wears the all white. I don't know what they call her, but you saw her and then you got Kyler Murray out there. I don't know how you did it, my friend, but you are who we thought you were. All right, moving on. All right. Comeback team of the year in Miami, boys. Comeback team of the year in Miami, boys, goes to you, Chino. Kamisha Kloss recognizes you as comeback player of the year. You made the playoffs. You didn't get the bye. Yeah, your team lost the last couple games. But like we talked about, and you said that you were happy about, that you were able to dig yourself and sell your house in the bottom and move on up like the Jeffersons. So kudos to you for your comeback season. You went from 0 to hero, as they would say. Let's see how you do in the playoffs. Good luck to you, sir. All right. Now we're going to get to the awards that some of you might not be happy about and some of you will be happy about. Let's go ahead and let's do, let's see here. You know what? No, let me do something different. Before I get to our yearly awards, let me call out when we do the good, we have to do the bad as well. So let's go into non-participations for the year. And if you want to reference this or you have any questions on this, you can go ahead and go to the Miami Boyz Dynasty Discord and look in the doormat section, look in the violation section, look in the non-participation section, and you will see updated facts on what I'm speaking about. For the year, which and this shouldn't happen, but that's why I'm going to call it out. I'm going to do the bad before I do the good. So the non-participations for the year, you have Goggles with 4. Wait. Let me get ready. Hold on. Goggles with 4 non-participations this year. Should not happen. Hopefully, you will learn from that. Next up, Poppy Henny, 4 non-participation violations. I'm not done with you yet, by the way. Also, send me $25. You owe me $25 for missing the last meeting, which was your 4th non-participation. And Teddy, you had 1 non-participation, so just be mindful of that. Don't be like these other guys. Hopefully, Goggles and Poppy Henny learn from this, and they don't have any non-participations going into 2023. That is why myself and the commish initiated $25 fines. And you too would have been heavily fined according to the rules had it not been for the commish being the understanding commish that he was, and he gave you guys a break and told me to institute the $25 fine because you guys were, well, Poppy Henny, I own your draft picks, so it doesn't matter, but you guys were this close to losing first round draft capital. So be mindful of that, and be mindful, and please read the updated rules that I send you and don't non-participate. I thank you guys for you show up. We know when it is the 7th of each month. We know when to be there and stuff like that. Make sure you're there. The conversations are good. You guys are interactive in those conversations. It's not just me and George talking. And when we usually have those, like we did on the last meeting, it is to get you guys input and for you guys to vote on things that we are trying to do to this league. Remember, myself and the commish are always trying to make this league better, make you guys more money, make this league more fun. Well, for you that are winning, not minus myself. But we're always trying to make everything bigger and better because that's what we do. We don't stay stagnant. Every year we try to level up. And that's something that George has helped me do. And like I said, you guys don't see the conversations, but we're always trying to level up. Not only in life, but in Miami Boyz football. That's for me and the commish. All right, let's do it again as we're going to go to the awards of the year. Stud of the year. Stud of the year was a tie. Goggles, the champ, had 5 stud of the weeks. George, the commish, had 5 stud of the weeks. George wins the stud of the year because not only because of what he did Sunday, but not only did he win stud of the year, he won stud of the week for week 14, the last stud of the week that we were paying out. He came back and won best record and most points. That makes you stud of the year. So everybody give a hand to the commish. Congratulations. Congratulations, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and let's move to doormat of the year. Doormat of the year, let me just get my... Let's do it again. Matter of fact, let's do a montage of all the things that we've used for Poppy Henny this year?
What are you doing, step bro?
And last but not least, those are some of the sound effects that we've used for Poppy Henny this year for you guys that are watching the video. Disla is the doormat of the year with 5 doormats. He beat out Mikey Xbox, who had 4. Disla not only had 5 doormats, he also had 4 non-participations. He was basically the degenerate of this league until he woke up one day and took the advice of a certain person who comes on weekly and tells you to make a trade and save his season. So although you are a
Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker. Surprise, motherfucker.
although nothing with you is surprising, I will give you your kudos. And as my Goat God family, and as my Goat God family, and as people say, you have to give credit where credit is due. You did make a trade to save your season. I'll give you that. And you did finish off the year, and I can't refute that. You did finish off the year with 5 wins in a row. You were the hottest team on the way out. You actually cost me a second pick, and you moved me to the third pick. So I got to give you your shit, but I got to give you your kudos your flowers as well. So way to finish off the year. Now hopefully you will go into next year and you will do something, but not without your picks. You're gonna need picks, and I have your picks. So shout out to me. Shout out to me. All right, moving on. So stud of the year, Commish. Doormat of the year, Poppy Henny. Most points, the Commish. Pulled it out over Kane's Gang. Kane's Gang, I know, is not happy.
Baba Booey.
I know there was a gut punch, Kane's Gang, but you were this close. You were this close. If there's any consultation to that, I know it's not, because you wanted to take the kids out and do some stuff or whatever. Sometimes it happens that way. That's why it's best not to spend the money until you have it. Best record goes to the Commish. So the Commish gets most points, best record, and the last game of the year. You can't plan it out like this. So kudos to the Commish. Congratulations, sir, and congratulations on your first round bye. And last but not least, I hate that we have to do this, but let me see.
No.
When you have a best record, you have to have a worst record. And worst record is myself. I finished out and my name is now etched next to Go Pack Go. And
No.
my name is now etched to Go Pack Go. I am the second ever winless team in a Miami Boyz franchise. That doesn't make me happy, as not only as your co-commish, not only as your Santa commish, but as the competitor in me, it doesn't make me happy. My team fought. We had the second most points against, other than Kane's gang. So that means that everybody, other than when they paid.
No.
That means everybody other than when they played Kane's gang put up their best game against me. But I know for a fact, with the scrub team that I have, I came across probably 3 to 4 times this year, and you guys know this, by beating some of you, but you guys won by like 10 points or less against me. But I will own up to it. I will be in infamy and history with Go Pack Go. But let me tell you guys this, reinforcements are coming. Reinforcements are coming. So whether you want to believe it or not, whether you want to believe it or not, the reinforcements are coming. I own the draft, and I invite you guys to come to my draft March 7th. Details will come in the future. March 7th, 4 o'clock p.m. You can come to Ramon's draft. And I promise I will not mess it up this year and allow to take any of my players this coming draft. Let us go on and let's move on to Miami Boyz Dynasty in the sleeper. Oh wait, damn it. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, let's go over the weekly report. Best manager. Best manager was Best manager was Future with a lineup that was 90%. He set almost a perfect lineup. They scored a possible 215.37 out of 222.77. Worst manager. Worst manager and doormat of the week was Mikey Xbox. Thank you for your $25, Mikey. He scored 123.51, not the way that he wanted to go out, but without Lamar Jackson and Derek Carr throwing a stinker and Daniel Jones doing a stinker, he didn't have a chance. Biggest blowout was Sean over Mikey Xbox, 264.51 to 123.51. Narrowest victory was Poppy Henny, getting his 5th win. Again, we all know how bad he was. Kudos to your 5th win, sir. Beating Vulture 283.85 to 270.21. Highest scorer and start of the week was the Commish at 284.42. And of course, the lowest scorer and doormat of the week was Mikey Xbox with 123.51. Overachiever of the week was Poppy Henny. He had a projection of 261.54. He scored 283.85 and could have had higher than that and probably would have been the stud of the week if he wouldn't have left points on the bench. Below expectation.
FBI, open up! FBI, open up! FBI, open up!
Below expectation, not a great way to go into the playoffs. Kane's gang. He was projected for 305.86 points and scored only 190.73. But it was enough. It was enough for a win. It was enough for a win. Quarterback of the week, Trevor Lawrence with 65 points. Running back of the week for Poppy Henny, Jarrett McKinnon, 66.3. Wide receiver of the week, JJ with 66.8 for with 66.8 for Future. Tight end of the week was Dalton Schultz, 23.2. Quarterback bench warmer of the week for Teddy was Jared Goff with 68.10. Teddy, how are you not starting Jared Goff? 68.71. Running back bench warmer of the week, it's okay, goggles you didn't know, Marlon Mack with 36.6. Wide receiver bench warmer of the week, DJ Shark for Poppy Henny with 36.4. Tight end bench warmer of the week, Evan Ingram for Poppy Henny. Again, those two would have put him over and put him at stud of the week for the final week. But hopefully he learns from this. And there you have your final weekly report for the season. We now move into the playoffs. As we all know, All Day, because we've said it 1,000 times, won most points. All Day won best record. All Day has the bye. The other bye goes to Future. So Future and All Day have the bye. Goggles plays Teddy. Sean plays Kane's Gang. Sean versus Kane's Gang is the game of the week. Goggles Teddy is the co-game of the week. The rest of us are in the toilet bowl bracket. So there you have it. Another successful Miami Boyz Dynasty season. It would not happen without you guys. Again, like I said on the last call, I thank you guys for being you. I thank you for your input. I thank you for your participation. And I thank you for all that you do. Thank you for allowing myself and George to be us. Looking forward to bigger and better things in 2023. Again, you guys are invited to my draft May 7th, 4 p.m. And also, let me lastly say, like I said on the phone conversation, Goggles won his money back that he put into the league at stud of the week. Poppy Henny learned his lesson, made a trade to save his season because he was tired of paying doormat of the week. Another successful year of trades and having the trades on Discord and you guys voting. Never had to call 2, 3, 4 guys for you guys to vote on the trades. So thank you for that, as well as your participation. Again, the guys who had non-participations, you need to clean it up. We go into we go into 2023 again with most points, best record, a chance for you guys to win your money back. All Day won all of his money back on Sunday as he received $350. Lastly, first, second, third place paid out after the last championship Sunday. And then once we find out who the champion is, I will go ahead and I will order the trophy. And then a couple weeks later, your trophy will come in and it will be either given to you live or whenever we can meet up, and then we will make a video giving you the trophy. So I would lastly say kudos to you guys. Again, thank you for everything. And to the 6 in the playoffs, may the best team win. This is Santa Kokamish, and I am out. We'll see you next week for results from the first week of the playoffs and a diluted version of the State of the League. Have a good night, you guys. Commissioner Kloss out.